Hello, my juicy jelly beans. I hope you're having a lovely week. It's been raining cats and dogs here. I thought about doing something like these two frogs, which came out so bright and cheerful. I want to use these stunning chameleon flakes from Resin. They come in a pack of 5, but they are really pigmented. I have a juicy 20% discount code, which I'll leave in the description box. I only want to use them for the body as I have an idea for the shell. I bent back the head a bit on the mold so it's easier to reach with a long brush. The antennas are pretty deep. I've opened all the pigments up just so you can see them better, and I put them in order from 1 to 5. It's such a shame that the camera doesn't pick the different chameleons in each pot. With a pair of tweezers, pick up a bit of colour, just a small amount as these go a long way, and add some flakes to the area you want to colour in. I'm mixing in a few colours here. Use a soft brush to blend the colours in till you've covered the area. Once you're done, tap out the excess and clean any residue. I noticed that some colour wasn't adhering to the size of the mould. I tried everything, but the mould was being really stubborn. But we will fix it later. I decided to leave the little bits of flakes that floated onto the shell. That way it will merge with what we're going to do with the shell. For resin, I'm going to use J Addiction 1:1 by volume. Resin is ready and gone through my RESINERS bubble popper. I really couldn't live without it. It leaves my resin perfect. I prepared 400 ml, but I think 350 ml would have been more than enough. We now need to colour the resin in white. I'm going for a white pigment paste as I don't want any shimmer or pearlescence in the white. We want it to be opaque. Mix it all in, making sure there are no pigment streaks. Once you're ready, pour the mixture into your mould. Pour it 3/4 up and squeeze the antennas to make sure there are no trapped bubbles. Then continue to fill it all the way up. Leave it to completely cure. This has cured and it's ready to be demoulded. I like to use soapy water as this is the best way to get a piece out from the mould. Spray the soapy water all around the edges by slightly pulling back the mould. Then squeeze the mould so that the liquid spreads around. Begin by squeezing the piece from the bottom till it pops out. I always find that the heads are the hardest part. Once it's out, clean off the soapy water with a wet wipe or a paper towel. We don't want any residue. I can see areas where the mould didn't pick up the chameleon flakes, but we can now fix it with a simple step. Okay, we are going to need a disposable cup, some Resin chameleon flakes, and I'm going to use some J Addiction high viscosity UV resin. I'm running out, so I'm going to take the nib off the bottle. Pour a small amount into your cup. Grab your flakes and add also a really small amount into your cup. Trust me, because these flakes are highly pigmented and we don't like to waste products. Mix them into the resin. Use a soft flat brush and begin to add the mixture all around the body, making sure to cover the areas where the pigment was bare. Once you're done, cure it under a UV lamp for 3 minutes. I've been asked a couple of times how I clean my brushes when I've used them with UV resin. I first wipe off the excess on a paper towel, and in a little cup, I fill it up about 1 centimeter with isopropyl alcohol and swirl my brush inside, as if it was a paintbrush in water. I then wipe it on the towel and repeat till it's completely clean. Whatever you do, make sure you clean it right after you use it. Now it's time to decorate the shell, and I've decided to use Resin's glow-in-the-dark neons. You get a pack of 12 different colours and shades. I'm also going to use some cheap hairspray to get the pigments to adhere to the shell. I'm going to use 6 colours. Well, Mary, you wouldn't be doing a rainbow colour, would you? Of course I am. Spray some hairspray lightly over the shell. Don't worry about the sticky stuff, as we will sort it out later. Grab a colour and a soft brush and begin to dab it onto your piece. I'm not going with any pattern, just randomly adding colour here and there. You'll probably have to respray areas with the hairspray so that the pigments cling onto the piece. Keep adding till you've completely covered the whole shell in colour. It should look something like this. It's pretty, but ugly. Yeah, pretty ugly. So we need to give it some love. You'll need more UV resin and a UV torch. It's best you use some high viscosity for this, as it's thicker. Begin by adding blobs of UV resin onto your piece. We want big ones, small ones, just different sizes. Leave some area around each blob and make sure you cure it as you go along for about 10 seconds so that it stays in place. I really wish we could get thicker UV resin for decorating, like the sculpting tube gels I showed you in my last video. That would be so awesome. Once you complete the whole piece with blobs, make sure you cure it under a UV lamp for 3 minutes. This is cured nicely and full of blobs. Now, all we need to do is one more step. We have to clean off the rest of the colour that has no blobs on it. You can use a wet wipe, but I'm going to run it under some warm water, which will be faster. Big thank you to all my subscribers and channel members. You guys are my special rainbow. Love you lots. This has been washed and dried. Let me know what you think in the comments and keep watching for the end results. Plus, it glows in the dark. Toodles!